So it's been described then as the mother of all deals. The leaders of India and the European Union signing in the last hour or so a huge trade pact reached after 2 decades of negotiations. The deal announced then as EU leaders have headed there to rubber stamp it, if you like. The aim to help shield against challenges from the world's 2 leading economies, the United States and China. Well, let's get some of the reaction. Just before that signing, in fact, Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, spoke. Let's hear what he had to say.
India and the European Union have signed a huge trade agreement. People around the world are calling it the mother of all deals. This agreement brings huge opportunities for India's 1.4 billion people and for millions of people across European countries.
Well, our business editor, Charles Pellegrin, is joining me here on set. Charles, just sum up for us exactly what this deal consists of, can you?
It's a broad agreement to lower tariffs on most consumer and industrial goods and for both sides. This is significant when you consider that India is known to be quite a protectionist economy, famously described as the tariff king by Donald Trump. The EU Commission says the agreement will end up reducing or eliminating entirely tariffs on over 96% of EU goods exports to India, something it says no other trading partner has ever received. Let's take some product examples. Import duties on EU cars currently stand at 110%, while they would gradually move down to 10%. In terms of EU agricultural exports, there are opportunities for EU farmers as well. Indian tariffs in that sector hover over 36% on average. Well, wine duties would be cut from 150% to 75% and eventually down to 20%. Olive oil tariffs would go down to 0% from 45% after 5 years. EU exporters stand to save around 4 billion euros in tariffs per year with this deal.
We're talking about the world's 2nd and the world's 5th largest economies coming together here, aren't we?
The scale of these 2 markets is really huge. India is the world's most populous country, obviously, and on top of that, it's a very fast-growing economy. Its GDP is over $3.4 trillion, and it's estimated to have increased by 7.4% in 2025, up from 6.5% in 2024. And except during COVID, well, growth levels have been consistently high over the past 8 years or so, as you can see there. The country is currently the EU's 9th biggest trade partner, so there is a lot of room to grow there, and goods trade has already increased 90% in the last decade. Lowering tariffs means EU businesses could further benefit from that growth in economic activity.
And what about India? What does it stand to get out of this?
It's a similar story for India. They could see their exports to the EU boosted by as much as 50 billion euros by 2031. That's according to one study, with pharmaceuticals, textiles, and chemicals likely to benefit the most, all sectors which employ a huge number of people in the country. The deal says that over 7 years, Indian goods will eventually face tariffs of 0% from the EU, except for obviously key sectors such as autos, steel, and agriculture. 92% of India's exports, or tariff lines to the EU, will see reduced or eliminated tariffs. This comes at a crucial time. India's exports have been hit hard by Trump's tariffs imposed because of New Delhi's own tariffs and its purchases of Russian oil, reaching a rate of 50%. So Modi's been on a quest to diversify his trade portfolio and protect India from such punitive tariffs from the U.S. Since May last year, 4 deals have been struck, including the one with the EU. Agreements have been reached with the UK, Oman, and New Zealand, and discussions are in the works with other blocs, including Mercosur in Latin America, Chile, Peru, and the Gulf Cooperation Council. And that diversification is what the EU's been doing as well. We saw it with the deal struck with the Mercosur bloc earlier this month. It's also about more than just trade. It's about the kind of world these 2 powers say they want to live and work in, one that's still governed by the free trade ideals which Donald Trump has sought to dismantle. Ursula von der Leyen underlined it when she said, "We've sent a signal to the world that rules-based cooperation still delivers great outcomes."
Charles, thanks very much. Charles Pellegrin analysing that deal for us from the business perspective, of course.